Hey guys, what's up? It's Van and we're back. Kind of a bit of a short video today. I just want to talk about a few things. Puppy. Second. Right here. Ah, puppy camera. Puppy cam. Puppy cam. Right. Gotta be staying with me. So, yeah. What I wanted to talk about today was basically the system with the Great Fault and what I think about it a couple months into Shadowlands and why I think that way. So the first thing that I want to talk about is that yes, it is actually quite a good system because it does give you the actual image of choice, or like the actual visualization of choice, where you get to choose a couple of upgrades that you want to do based on the content you did. So if you were doing normal, heroic, or mythic raids, mythic plus, and of course PvP. So you guys can see it right here, where if you beat 3 bosses in Nathria, 7 bosses, 10 bosses, you could get their upgrades. And respectively, if you go ahead into continuing to heroic and mythic difficulty, of course the item level for each drop will increase, for each table will increase. And the drop table on the raids will only be from the raids itself. And so it's the same with mythic dungeons and PvP. But what I noticed was, and this will be very one-sided for mythic dungeons, is that if you were to help a friend out with mythic dungeons, let's say they geared up an alt, or they made an alt and they wanted to get a few boosts from low keys, maybe 5s and 6s, and let's say you were doing an average of mythic 10s. So if you check out my IO, I've actually done a couple of 10s. Most of them have been 9s, 10s, and whatnot. So it can be seen that you can actually see it that I actually do 10s and 9s on average with relatively good success rate. But the thing is, and this is what I've noticed, is that if I wanted to maximize the benefits of my weekly vaults, I can't go do mythic keys under a 10 or a 9. Because if I do a 10, it'll give me item level 220 with the vault. If I do a 9, I get an item level of 216. And if I do lower than that, then I get lower item levels. So a mythic 5 and a mythic 6 would give you 210, and everything else goes about. It's the same thing. So why do I think you can't help your friends? Here's the main reason why. So if we go into the mythic dungeons, the first completion of a mythic keystone dungeon, so the first box right here, this will reward you with your highest level dungeon completed. So if you complete a 10, this box will definitely give you a 220 item. But if you complete 3 dungeons, let's say you complete a 10, a 9, a 10, and a 4, this box, the next box, will give you a 4 from the mythic 4. That means that's basically a dead box because you're not gonna get an upgrade from it no matter what. And if it continues on, let's say you do all 10s, but your 10th key is a mythic 4. That means your third box will be a mythic 4. That's basically killing 1 key away from your chest. So let me explain. Let's say we swap over to here, and let's do some text thing. Let's say this one I've done in a mythic 10, and this one gives me, let's say I've done let's say I've done a 10, 9, 9, and an 8. Okay, so that's the first 4 dungeons that I've done. This box will give me a mythic 8 item, which is a 216 or a 213, I'm not sure, but I think it's a 216. But if we continue, and let's say we continue up to the 10 dungeons, and we continue doing it relatively high, so let's say we continue with an 8, with a 9 with 9 into a 10, so that's 7 dungeons into a 10 into that's 8, 9, and then your last key. Let's say your last key was you wanted to do a 10 key, but your friend needed help, or a guildmate needed help, and you accidentally timed it 5, or you accidentally did a 5. Not really accidentally, you went into it knowing fully well, but you probably didn't know about the system. So let's say you do a 5. So this box will give you a 5. This box will definitely reward you a 5. And what happens is, this box is a dead key. This box is a dead reward. Why? You can't get anything from it. The reason why you're doing 10s and 9s and 8s is because you're getting upgrades from those levels. But if you do a 5, that's so low that the item level reward wouldn't be of any use to you. So instead of getting 3 chests to choose from each week, you're only getting theoretically 5. And that means if you're already... So if you go back to my character is not geared. My character is not geared at all compared to a lot of other people. So like, let's say on average, let's say everything here is at 213. Let's just say everything on my gear list is 213. A mythic 5 would reward me either a 210 or lower. There, it's a 210. So that means none of my items will get an upgrade from the mythic 5 because it's too low. And that's the big problem. So if I wanted any upgrade, I would only be able to choose from the first 2 boxes. But let's say the first 2 boxes had the same duplicate item that I had previously. So I got, let's say it gave me a trinket on the first box, which is the mythic 10, and gave me a chest on the second box, which is, let's say, a mythic 9. Theoretically, I have no upgrades for the week. And let's say I only do mythic plus. I don't do raids, I don't do PvP, and let's say I only do mythic plus. I'm gimped then, because my third box, let's say the third box did give a weapon. Let's say the third box gave a weapon, but it's on a mythic 5. If I had done a mythic 10 instead of a mythic 5, I would have gotten that weapon at 220. You know? So what happened is I basically screwed myself over because I wanted to help out a friend. So my question goes back to this. Am I not supposed to be helping out people in order to get my keys done? And mind you, this changes, okay? So each time you do more keys, let's say you've done your 10 keys, it's still going to change. So let's say, to continue where we left off, let's say I've done the 5, right? And let's say we continue with, I don't know, 4s, 3s, maybe 5s again, just to help out some people. And what happens is, if we go ahead and go there, if we go ahead and go to 4, this 4 right here is going to replace the 5. Hey, puppy. No. So this 4 is ultimately going to replace the 5 that I've gotten here. So instead of getting a 5 key, I'm gonna get a 4 key. And that's from my understanding, okay? If I'm completely wrong, feel free to tell me. But that's my understanding of the entire situation. But even if it is wrong, it's still going to be bad. Because the key is still dead. The box itself is still dead to me because it's not going to be worth anything. And that's the main problem I have right now with the Great Vault. It is a great system. It gives you a lot of choice. It gives you a lot of options. But once you get to the higher parts of the system where you're waiting for that one piece, you're waiting for the weapon, you're waiting for the trinket, you're losing a lot of time and losing a lot of effort, using up a lot of effort to get nothing from the reward because it's either a duplicate, you have something better, and if you wanted to help out friends, then say goodbye to your keys, say goodbye to your box, because if you help out friends, you would only literally benefit from one box, and that's it. And I think that's quite bad right now, especially right now, because I play WoW because I like playing with friends. I don't play WoW on a high level. I don't PvP at a high level. I don't raid at a high level. I just play it for fun on the weekends with friends after work with a couple of beers and whatnot, and basically just enjoy the game with them. But if I can't enjoy the game with them and progress my character to a level I want it, then that's gonna be a problem. Now, one thing I could suggest that might work is that we literally add an option, or Blizzard could add an option. Do you want to save this key, or do you want to record this key in your weekly vault number? That means if you wanted to help out a friend, you could, and you wouldn't lose anything. So let's say I've done 9 keys at Mythic 10, and my 10th key is a key from a friend that wanted to get a boost. So he needed a boost through like 5, and and I was like, okay, sure. And if that option was there to record the key, that means doing that run for me does nothing for me, but I'm still able to help out my friend. I don't get any upgrade from it because let's be honest, if you need the weekly 10 rewards, you're not gonna need anything from a Mythic 5. So there's literally no argument there that what if you get an item from the dungeon that you needed or wanted? No, because if you needed any, if all your upgrades come from the vault at their higher item level value, that means you're high enough item level that you no longer need anything from the dungeons themselves. You just need them for the vault. So if I could choose whether to record that run or not for my Great Vault, then that would mean I could still manage all 3 of my boxes to give me the best possible choices I could get at the end of each week. And that's why I think there's quite a bit of a problem right now with people getting burnt out of Mythic Plus. The numbers are starting to go back to BFA numbers where people weren't doing as much Mythic Plus now compared to when Shadowlands started. And I think that's why a lot of people are starting to get burnt out of the game in general, is because it offers so much to do. Yes, you get to choose what you want to do, yes, but at the same time, a lot of these systems are still against you. They're still fighting against you, and it doesn't really work that way. You should never be playing a game that's fighting against you, and that's what I think is happening right now. So yeah, tell me your thoughts in the comments below if you think this is something that you've thought of or something you came across. And yeah, give me your thoughts. I'd like to hear them. I'd like to read them about. I'm 100% sure to reply. And feel free to check out my stream over on twitch.tv/fanthrows or fb.gg/fanthrowgames. I normally stream on the weekends with WoW raids and whatnot and some random stuff. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Come on, puppy. Say bye-bye too. Bye.